That's what happens on my screen.
Yeah. I can't, as we're spotlit for the thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So welcome everyone to tonight's beautiful moon circle. It's lovely to have you all here. I'm really glad that we could gather tonight, mainly because we're actually together, which is always really nice, and we can do one together, but also because we are sitting right there in the dark of the moon before the actual new moon, which is at 1:30 tomorrow morning, so in a few hours time. So that's really nice because we can really just sort of sit in this energy and know that, as Leela said in the email, as you sleep tonight, really your manifestations can take fold, which is pretty special actually. And we can leave our little spells and magic occurring over the night for the new moon to work its magic with. So so let's begin our beautiful evening together. Just bring yourself into a comfortable space. And just take a few slow breaths. And let's just imagine that we are standing together. And we're standing outside underneath this really beautiful sky, underneath the stars, underneath the energy of the moon. We're feeling the coolness of the weather, feeling the energy of the grass, the earth beneath our feet. And just feeling the sense of the energy of a beautiful roaring fire in the middle of our circle. And just imagine how it would be to be stood together, holding hands, feeling each other's energy, smiling at each other. Let's take a moment just to feel those energies. And just have an awareness again of this feeling of the earth beneath you. Just lengthen through your spine. Feel the energy of the stars, the sky, the cosmos above you. And just come into your heart. Feel the warmth, the connection. And so from this space, either just keeping your hands on your heart or taking your hands out to the side, let us share these beautiful words together. Just repeating after me if it feels right. Divine beloved,
Divine beloved,
our angels, guides, spirits, universal wisdom keepers. We call on you to sit with us. Energies of the earth, moon, sun, and stars, with the elements of air, earth, fire, and water. We call on you to sit with us. Our ancestors, our mothers, our grandmothers, our great grandmothers, the women who have paved the way. We call on you to sit with us. Bless me with grace to surrender into the beauty of my own soul. May all those who sit within this space be blessed with abundance, with peace and with happiness.
And with happiness.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And let's bring our hands into prayer mudra, the thumbs to our sternum. And we'll share together the Adi mantra, followed by the heart protection mantra. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale fully. And we'll inhale deeply to chant. Om Namo Guru Te Namo. Om Namo Guru Te Namo. Om Namo Guru Te Namo. Ad Kare Name, Jugad Kare Name, Sat Kare Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Ad Kare Name, Jugad Kare Name, Sat Kare Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Ad Kare Name, Jugad Kare Name, Sat Kare Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Inhale. Just pause with your breath, gather yourself deeply and fully. And gently exhale. I really feel the urge to draw a card at this point, just as a reflection of the journey that we've been moving through this last moon cycle. Such a big moon cycle, you know. Yeah. So much energy. And so let's all just take a card that, yeah, just acknowledges the journey that we've been on.
It's given us the Chariot.
The Rose Oracle actually gave us the Morning Dew. It's really beautiful. It's actually a card that brings a message of clarity, a fresh start, and a positive outlook. It's like,
well, and the Chariot is the time signaling that you can move mountains with your willpower and determination. Is an opportunity to ride right into victory.
Great. It's good.
It is a positive omen.
It's a water element too. That's quite powerful.
Oh, and Cancer, which
we'll
talk about.
We'll talk about. That's really actually the astrological aspects of that are quite pertinent. Yeah, beautiful. And so I feel like, you know, it's important to really take stock of what that journey is that you feel that you've been on this last month, as we come into this new moon cycle, which we're going to speak about in a moment. And just remember that what has been, and a lot of the time we tend to have a habit of projecting what has been into the future, because it's a habit, or it's a sensation that we've experienced, and we therefore, the moment we think about something in the future, we bring that energy with us. But with a new moon, it's like we're having that complete clear slate. So it's actually a bit like, what we could do tonight is invite almost a sort of memory loss. It's kind of what we should invite each night. And if we didn't have any, it's a bit like I was talking to you about yesterday, but if we didn't have any concept of what had happened before, we would have absolutely no fear about what was going to come. And how would life be if we were just walking into each day in that way, without holding the fear of the past, of whatever it is that we've been through? So this is really the invitation that we go through each month, but ultimately every time we go to sleep. There's some messages coming through, but I can't.
Bianca says antimony in the description.
Oh, that's nice.
So Di, so our collective card draw is for all of us. So if you don't have your cards, that's perfectly fine, because this is for all of us. So what Sam and I are reading out is very much for you as it is for us, and for anyone else that wants to draw from the wisdom of the collective card draw.
And Sarah's saying, like having a beginner's mind. Exactly like having a beginner's mind.
A child's mind.
Child's mind. And ultimately, it is an egoless mind. So we walk each day without the fear or the sort of holding of the story that has come before.
Yeah, and that's with it's with hope and optimism.
Oh, it's not, because you wouldn't even know what that is.
No.
So that's the whole point. It's with nothing. And so everything is amazing. And that's I
just think about my little children. They wake up every morning just like, the world. Yeah. It's the world.
So it's not even having that. Yeah, it's not even having any expectation, because even a child will have the expectation based on an expectation. And so it's actually that, anyway, it's a beautiful concept, very, very hard. But also, I don't know, nothing is hard. Everything is actually easy. Just that my story is that would be hard. But that is just a story. I just need you to just see that. Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Anyway, moving on, we're going to sage. Let's sage my mind. So, all right. Now you can do the sage. And I'll read the stuff. If we go up in smoke, then just call the fire brigade, someone. I don't normally like this, but I figured you could do it because you're here.
Yeah, okay, great. I'd love to.
Okay, so if you've got any sage, or you've got some incense and you would like to light it, then please do that now. Beautiful. So we've got our smoke here. If you don't have any, you can share in ours. And so just begin by just cleansing yourself. And if it feels right, just repeat after me. I am one with light and love.
I am one with light and love.
I am one with grace.
I am one with grace.
This cleansing tool expands my soul.
Expands my soul.
Lightens my load.
Lightens my load.
And frees me from all that is heavy.
And frees me from all that is heavy.
I feel light.
I feel light.
I feel strong.
I feel strong.
I am a radiant channel of light.
I am a radiant channel of light.
Only love can enter here.
Only love can enter here.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And just send this energy out into your space, into your home. And as you send this smoke out into your home, just say, this home is filled with light and love.
This home is filled with light and love.
With grace.
With grace.
This cleansing tool.
This cleansing tool.
Cleanses and clears this space.
Cleanses and clears this space.
Lightens and frees all that is heavy.
Lightens and frees all that is heavy.
This space is light.
This space is light.
This space is protected.
This space is protected.
This space is a channel for love and light.
This space is a channel for light and love.
Only love can enter here.
Only love can enter here.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to just chat about the current astrology. It's a biggie, so just get ready.
Hold on.
Hold on. Did you set fire to everything?
No.
All right. Yeah, hold on to yourself. We're going to just go through this, and we're going to make time for meditation too. But we want to talk about this. It's quite exciting, actually.
Yes.
Oh, so you're sharing the screen.
No.
Oh no.
I mean, we can, but so it's a new moon in Taurus, but particularly what it is that we are wanting to speak about this evening is that there is what's called a grand square happening in the sky. And a grand square is literally when you have 4 planets or aspects of planets that mark in the sky, and when you map them, they make a square. And it's not common. It's quite a rare occurrence for that to happen. And so how long has it been going on?
And only in this we're in it about
just
a week.
This week.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's a 10-day, it's really it's like a big 10 days. I think some of you on my sadhana will have heard me said we've got a really big 10 days coming. And that was towards the end of this sadhana period.
Do you want me to share the screen?
Oh, you could do, so they can see it. That's nice, isn't it?
All right.
We're gonna be really technical tonight and share a screen.
Okay, so what we have called up is the astrological chart of today. And the aspects that we're talking about, can you see my cursor as I move my cursor over the screen?
Yep.
Okay, great. So the aspects that we're talking about is over here we have Pluto, and this little symbol next to it is the retrograde symbol. So Pluto, literally right now in the sky, is actually appearing to move backwards, and is currently in Sagittarius.
And this, just to be clear, this is real sky astrology. So it's what is actually up in the sky, and it will be different to if you've heard this.
To what popular astrologers are speaking about.
We'll show you why that's powerful in a minute.
This aspect here is relating to Jupiter, and Jupiter is currently in the sign of Pisces. Over here is the sign of Mars, and Mars is currently in the sign of Cancer, and it doesn't have a marker. Well, it sort of does here, but this symbol over here is the south node of the moon. And the south node of the moon is a nodal point of the moon, which is currently in the sign of Virgo, and the south node represents our karma, what we arrived here in this lifetime, the baggage we arrived with, and what it is that we are here to transmute and to work through, the wisdom that we arrived with, and what it is that we can only know what we know, and that's what's represented by the south node. And so if we're to draw a line from the south node to Mars, to Jupiter, and then across to Pluto, and then up to the south node, it makes the grand square. Yeah, so this is what is literally exactly happening in the sky this evening.
So what's really good to think about is, do you have a sign that's in Sagittarius? So, and it might be that you're just thinking of your tropical signs, but that's okay. But I want you to think just about, if you know from real sky, it's Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, and Virgo. It's quite important. It's going to play out for you.
And a grand square literally means that these 4 planets in the sign that they're in is creating a great relationship. it's a great influence. It's a lock. When there's a square, we've got 4 90-degree angles, and each of those angles is perfect because it is a part of a square, which is a relationship to all of the other angles. And so what makes up this square right now is Pluto in Sagittarius, retrograding, Jupiter in Pisces, Mars in Cancer, and the south node of the moon in Virgo. And we're going to explain what that means now.
Yeah, okay.
That was a nice little crash course. I hope that's okay. Does everyone sort of...
We thought that would be a nice thing to be able to see. So these are very much our interpretations of what is occurring. And it actually is quite mind-boggling. And the point of this is we're taking this very simply. We're not complicating it. We're just looking at the planet and the sign, and then working out what that might mean for us. And it's really quite obvious when we look at it.
So Pluto is the planet of death, of change, of transformation. It's currently retrograding, which means it appears to be moving backwards in the night sky. And exactly right now, it's sitting at 29 degrees of Sagittarius, which is a karmic degree. When it's a karmic degree, it's very important to pay attention to, because this is literally the karma of our collective consciousness, or your individual. It has purpose for you, for what it is that you came here to do. And so with Pluto, we're looking at generational change and generational transformation. Then when we look at Jupiter in Pisces, Jupiter is actually the ruler of Sagittarius, which is where Pluto is sitting right now. Now, Jupiter represents truth, high knowledge, and expansion. And in the sign of, so Jupiter is in the sign of Pisces, and this is going to start to give us a sense of revelations and higher understandings of things that we actually were not really expecting, or that which may be on the horizon and that is coming. And again, this is in a sense of the collective consciousness. This is all of the things that are happening globally, not necessarily what is happening in your personal life, but what's happening in your personal life is very much influenced by the global consciousness.
It's kind of like saying that, if we think about, first of all, the Pluto in Sagittarius, we're saying that there's going to be a complete change or a complete transformation of something that we have believed. And because it's at a karmic degree, we are likely to say that's, like, it could be something, we were joking about it earlier, like aliens are real. It just suddenly becomes and there they are. Or what was the other thing you were saying? You said something else, but it's that kind of, it's like something that we just...
Oh, yeah, like black holes. Like we suddenly understand what a black hole is out in space, and we learn that it's a portal for time travel.
It'll be something that has been a big thing, as in, it's going to be a big belief shift, and it's the death of a concept. So it will create a complete karmic end of one cycle.
Yes. And with Pluto being a generational planet that takes, 235 years or something to orbit the sun, these are themes that have been playing out for hundreds of years, that have been present for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And so then when we come to Mars in Cancer, you talk about this because this is bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mars in Cancer, this is really cool. So Mars is the god of war. Well, Mars brings the energy of war, really, but holds the god of war. And so that means that basically it's in Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. It's basically represented by the feminine. So what we can really say is that this is the matriarchy going into battle. Now, that means that either the matriarchy are going to be attacked, or the matriarchy are going to say, the mother. So when I say matriarchy, what I'm talking about is the feminine, the divine feminine, everything we can understand as feminine is going to go into a state of war. That hopefully will be in a feminine way, but it feels like that is the shift of this matriarchal energy, where we stop being, I don't really want to say it, but potentially stop being as passive as we've been, and we start actually standing up and saying, this is what needs to happen, which is fascinating.
Well, and then because the final aspect of the square, the final code to this relationship is that the south node of the moon is in Virgo. And this brings with it the lessons that we have been working on for generations. That's Pluto. What has been the theme of the feminine for generations? That is our karma right now. And that's exasperated because it's in this karmic degree of Sagittarius. And what is the baggage that we've come with? What are the lessons that we've arrived here with? What are our gifts that we've arrived here in this lifetime with? And how do we take that into, well, this war for the feminine? And so one of the things when we were sort of going into this and breaking this all down was to look at it from an outsider's perspective. Like if we were a being from a whole nother star system looking down onto the planet Earth right now and saying, well, how would we summarize the feminine on the planet Earth right now? What is our individual concept of that? Because that is really what the essence of this energy and these stars is really asking us to come out into, like, zoom out, like what is the nature of our collective feminine consciousness, not individually, not against each other, but collectively. How are we all showing up as the human feminine consciousness, and what is our role that we desire to play in that?
So what's very interesting in that those lessons from a Virgo point of view are the lessons of being a victim, the lessons of an addictive nature, of being daydreaming, not being present, going into extremisms, self-doubt. And one of the things that is majorly it's at the Achilles heel of this is the victim consciousness. So when we think about this as the feminine on the planet right now, the matriarchal system, it doesn't sound good, but it is time for us. I think many women are thinking, yes, that's enough of that. We want to stand up as true, strong matriarchal leaders. And if any of you were with us at the beginning of the year when we were talking about what this year was all about, and you remember I was talking about the numerology being the 7 year, and that being connected to Ganesha, to the elephant energy, and the fact that elephants are a matriarchal system, and it was time for us to get back in touch with this matriarchal energy, to actually trust our divine intuitive knowledge, that we know what our children need. We know what other humans need. We know what our communities need. But we actually have to find the courage to speak up. We have to stop being victims. We have to stop being self-absorbed. And we have to start actually behaving in this true feminine power. So that's not that we need to attack everyone. It's not in a patriarchy way. We actually have to make change, hopefully, in a divinely feminine way. So it's quite big.
It is massive. And the way that we can really harness this new moon energy is to look to is to take the cosmicness of the stars and the relationship that we are a part of as a planet, that's a part of a galaxy, that's a part of our solar system, that's a part of a galaxy, that's a part of a universe, and so on and so on. But then it's to draw that all the way back down to the earth, and that we are of the earth, but we are more than the earth. We are not just earthbound creatures. We hold this capacity for what's called the threefold flame. And the threefold flame is it is to realize the threefold flame is to fully, completely, and wholly step into the absolute expression of what you have available to you. The three flames are the flame of love, the flame of wisdom, and the flame of power. And the human being and our opportunity here in this reality that we live in is to completely and wholly embody these three flames of love, wisdom, and power. And these flames are represented across the universe in many different forms, but the human being is the only known, it's more than an organism, being that has the capacity to hold it within one being. Otherwise, it is held in, it's held in the elementals, in the earth creatures, it's held in the stars, in the devas, and it's held in, I don't know, I can't think of it right now. But one of the most unique and fundamental capacities of the human being is that we have the ability to hold all of these flames within us as a complete expression of the universe, consciously.
And it shows up in everything. It shows up in all forms, all traditions, all religions. And so you might really know this as the Holy Trinity. But it's recognizing that Holy Trinity, which we have all been educated to revere, is actually in us. It is the aspects of us. And I think is the realization of the Holy Trinity being within us. That is when we're actually going to start having the capacity to step into our true energies, powers, light consciousness as humans. And so if you add everything that we've talked about, and then on top of that, just take a moment to consider just how many times I keep boring you with the solar flares, which is continually, then you'll understand that we are then on top of that being bombarded in a very nice way with these light code upgrades. And so if you are open to it, if you are holding yourself as a clear vessel, and then you are inviting, your organs, your muscle, your fascia, you're inviting every part of this, your skin, this unique vessel to receive those light codes. And in doing so, you become even more connected to the light. And this is where we're going to experience this ascension, where we're going to start having, and this is why, it's going to be different. Our concept of what a war might be, or our concept of what it might be for the matriarchy to step up is different. But I think it's going to be a realization of gifts, a realization of our capacity to telepathically communicate, to understand nature as ourselves, to learn how to relate with the earth again, and also relate to the stars, to the cosmos, and potentially to other life forms. So it's a powerful time to ponder. And right now the chapter is that it's the woman's time. This is the chapter of the matriarchy, of the female. That we've left the chapter of the masculine, and we're in the chapter of the female.
And this is very exciting.
I think as well, what also excites us is that, we are conscious that we're coming to the end of the throat chakra gateway, the Venus gateway for the throat. So we've really been working on this energy of learning how to be and live in our truth. Someone said something very beautiful today. Ebony said something beautiful. She got a card about, it wasn't, she said it wasn't just about speaking her truth, but it was being able to sort of creatively express that truth, being able to hold that energy. So this time, this darkness that we're in right now, the dark of the winter, the dark of the moon, it is an opportunity for you to get very, very clear about your truth. And really, I don't want to say that because I think we say it a lot and it's just taken flippantly, but there is never going to be a better time for you to do that, especially the women that are here. I was thinking about this, if you are here, then without shadow of a doubt, you are a seer, a priestess, a healer, a witch, whatever it is that you relate to. You are that. And you potentially were in lifetimes before, and you are here now to bring those gifts back and to use those gifts. But you're only going to do that once you step back into your truth. So you're going to have to really unpick those places where you've just been doing what you think you should, or you've just been playing out this card that we think we've been dealt. Because it's now time for us to really step up. And if we do, then as we come into this next Venus gateway next week, which is of the third eye, I believe we're all going to potentially start having very powerful visions of a new future.
Let's meditate.
Okay. Should we draw a card in that?
Yeah, that's actually a nice idea. Let's do that.
Let's take
We'll just draw a card.
Let's draw a card and let's see what your future is. Oof. That's a karmic card. Mine is a nice card. It just says open. How great is that? It just says yes.
Well, that's brilliant.
Yes.
Because we have the Knight of Blades, which is rapid change and seize the day.
Oh, that's so good. My card literally says expand through the extremes, trust life.
So, Di, we can accomplish anything.
Yes, do it. That's very beautiful.
Janelle. Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Anyone
got
else
an
to share?
ancient keeper of the stars.
Who's
It's,
that? Sarah. Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to find you, Sarah. Sorry.
Oh no, she's
No, it's sorry. I don't have a face. Remember? No.
We know you do, but yeah. So what did it say, Sarah? Say it again.
It says you're an ancient keeper of the stars, here to anchor and seed your light in your unique way.
Oh my gosh, write that down. Take a picture of that and let that be your literal. There was a
massive bang just went on, like an asteroid just crashed into the earth.
Yeah, or a possum, but yes. It was a big bang.
The distance.
Yes, that's amazing, Sarah. Write that down. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Bianca, the Blue Temple. Yes.
That's
Angel. That was the thing that wasn't coming to me before. It's the human realm, the angelic realm, and the Devic realm is all uniting in the human being.
But I just want to, what we're going to do is we're actually just going to just contemplate for a moment. We're going to work with the energies of this threefold flame. And that's how we're going to have these 3 bay leaves. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to go through a little process where we're going to just hold some mudras and chant through a mantra. We're going to use the Dati Hey mantra. And so many of you have worked with this mantra before. And this mantra, Dati Hai, so Dati Hai is the earth is, and so we feel this energy of the earth beneath us, and this is very important, but I really want you to see that as, when we think about the earth, we think about the energy that holds us, the mother. This is very much that love energy. And then when we, or the power beneath us that holds us together. And then as we reach the arms up, it's a Kash Hai. And so the heavens are, we can see this as the universal wisdom, the cosmos, the solar flares that we're receiving right now, that which is unknown as yet to us. And then when we bring the hands to the heart and we chant Guru Ram Das Hai, it brings us in that deeper connection to that inner wisdom, the divine truth within you. And ultimately, this sense of oneness, because we are entering this without doubt. We've already really gone through it, but many people are saying we are now in this 5D consciousness. And in the 5D, it's just really about being able to sit deeply in the heart, having released those stories that have trapped us in the lower chakras. Once we release the stories, we don't have to sit in the lower chakras or even drop down to them anymore. That's the magic of releasing the traumas. So let's just chant this for a moment, and then we'll go through a beautiful process with our bay leaves. And I'm going to give you a couple of other beautiful processes you can do. Sorry, I'm going to have to.
Guru Ram Das Hai, Dharati Hai, Akash Hai, 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 Guru Ram Das Hai.
So I'm going to invite you to just take a really deep breath in. Just suspend the breath. Just feel the presence of everything we've just spoken about. Feel the calling of your inner being. Perhaps it's that you can feel something lit you up. Just feel that. And just exhale. And now I want you to just drop into your heart space and just contemplate for a moment what does wisdom mean to you? What would it mean for you to realize your wisdom? There might be a word that comes to mind that expresses this, or you can have a sense within you. And now I'd like you to ask yourself, what would it mean if I was able to truly know my power? To truly know my power. To trust my unique gifts. What would that mean? What would that feel like? And then finally, what would it mean to you, or what does it feel like if you were to embody love? If you were able to embody a consciousness of love, of oneness, of unity. If you were able to release the concept of separation, how would that change your life? Now, you're going to take a really deep breath in and exhale. If you have your bay leaves, you're going to take your bay leaves now. If you've got paper, just take a piece of paper, 3 pieces of paper. And find 3 bay leaves and grab a pen and on one of them, so if you're using a piece of paper that says bay leaf, you can still do this, just use it on one side. But on one of them, you're going to write wisdom. And if there was a word that came to you that helped you to understand what that wisdom would be like to you, then write that on there too, or on the other side. And then on your next bay leaf, am I going too fast? No, I don't think so. I want you to write down power. And if a word came that helped you to connect to what it would be to step into your power, into your full feminine gifts, what would that be for you? And then finally, take the last one and write love. And then write on that as well, whatever it is that you felt helped you to embody this energy of love consciousness, Christ consciousness, oneness, unity. Now, what I'm going to suggest that you do, kind of have 2 options here, but I'm going to suggest that we do this because we are sitting in the energy of the new moon tonight. I want you to take these tonight, and this is actually quite cool. So there's a number of things you can do with bay leaves. You can do what we're doing, which is a form of manifestation, but we're actually manifesting something for us as an individual level and also as a conscious level. But the other thing is that when you sleep with bay leaves underneath your pillow, it actually enhances your intuition and your capacity to grow an expanded awareness. So I would like you to sleep with these tonight underneath your pillow. If you're watching this as a replay, just do it on the night that you do it and just trust that it will still work. And then tomorrow, when you wake up, or at some point tomorrow, when you feel that you can hold a ceremony for yourself, you're going to set each one of these on fire. And you can spend a bit of moment in ritual with yourself, just listening or feeling to whatever the words that come to you as you burn each one. And watch them go up, and just allow that. If you do it over a candle, just let the ash or whatever it is, just let it be with the candle, and it can be there over this month. And just trust this beautiful process. It's nice, isn't it?
Magic.
Yeah, it is magic. It's magic. Okay, so what I want us to do now is, I know we're running over, so I just want to be able to seal this beautiful space together. I need us to do another card draw. So just take another card. This is a card that's going to support this onward journey. So we've had a card for where it is that we have come from. We drew a card that was expressing, the energy that we're in as we move forward and awaken. And now we're going to see where it is that we're heading to, individually and collectively. So take that card now. Where we're headed. Yes, where we're headed collectively and individually.
Where are we going?
I got the crowning. Yes. It's initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. They are epic cards tonight. I'm not going to lie. I love this as well because it's looks like, it's like the crowning, and it's like a vagina. I love it. Look at it. I'm sorry, I just like to use that word a lot. But look, it's just like that. It's just stretching. Her legs are wide and she's saying, I'm not sure I can do it. And we're all going, yes, you can. That's what it's like right now.
Tara's got a very, very important message to go with that. It's the 8 of elixirs, and it's telling you that the journey you're about to embark on is greater than you realize, and to not fear it, to not try and hold on to that which which is comfortable, but to recognize that you have outgrown where you are. That's really, really cool.
Pretty powerful, isn't it? Did anyone get a card they want to share? Bianca said she got the initiation too. Another initiation. That's so good. Love it. We're in that energy for sure.
I got a messenger card. You're part of the lineage of souls who have dedicated their lifetime to the uplifting of the planet. Yay.
Yay, Sarah.
Yes. Yay.
That's it.
Linda was saying that she had the village. Thank the village, knowing you will return one day. But for now, the world awaits. That's nice. Oh, gosh, that's so beautiful. Okay. Well, I want us to seal this beautiful evening together. So if you would like to join with me, we're going to just do a very simple meditation. I actually think simple meditations are sometimes the best. Now, traditionally in Kundalini Yoga, this meditation is a prosperity meditation, but I've always seen that this meditation is a meditation to bring about that which we want to bring about. And that is the Ha meditation, the one where we're moving and taking the energy of the Jupiter fingers. If you think about where we've been, and we're talking about this Jupiter, the planet of expansion, round to the moon mound, the lunar mound. And so when we do this, it's said that when the moon and Jupiter come together, you cannot not prosper. And at this time, I believe that when we work with the seed mantra, Har, H-A-R, it really is the mantra that helps us embody the energy of creativity and birth that is our innate right as women. So when you chant this mantra, even though it's given as a prosperity mantra, I just really want you to understand, I believe it means so much more than just the kind of hard cash message that it's kind of touted around as. So, yeah.
It's drawing, the way I understand it is it's drawing from our capacity to take that which is earthly, that which is made up cellularly, and to then repurpose it with our intention to manifest that which is into form. So we're literally, it's witchcraft. It's just, we are just drawing up that earthly element and then repurposing it as what it is that we want to see happen in this reality.
Yeah, absolutely. So take your bay leaves, if you have them, or your piece of paper. I don't know, put it down your bra or lay it in your lap. You can hold them in your hands. It's a bit hard to do it. You can kind of do it. I feel like I could do it. So you could hold it between your thumb. As long as your Jupiter fingers touch, it'll be okay. So I want the Jupiter fingers to touch and then come round so that the lunar mound touches. And we're just going to do this just for a minute or two. And you can just really just hold all your hopes, your dreams, all that you're calling in. It's okay to be calling in, you know, some money at this time. It's okay to be calling in some love at this time. It's okay to be calling in some harmony in your life or a new job. That too is important. And so bring everything that you're calling in into this and know that it's for the greatest good of all. So just take a nice deep breath in, just feel and make that cup with your hands. Just suspend the breath, feel the preciousness of the elixir that is yours, that is your truth, that is your knowing. Feel all that you're calling in, see it within this elixir. And then just gently exhale and just release all expectation, just trusting that you'll receive exactly what you need for your highest good. And so it is. Yeah, so it is. Well, make sure you look after those bay leaves. Let's draw a final card before we chant. This will be our overarching card. This is the whole bigger energy picture card. Nice. I love this. This is actually really powerful. So I actually got the thorn, and that is the message of protection. So we're protected as we walk this path of boundaries. That's very important. I think that these energies call for boundaries, and of clear communication, of finding that clear communication. That's perfect as we enter the end of the throat chakra, Venus gateway. What did the tarot give us?
The page of coins, and it kind of didn't really fall out before, but it did, so I just put it back in the thing going, no, that's not it, and then it definitely came out the second time. It's interesting. It's so the page of coins is very much the message of buckling down, like getting to it. It's the studious nature. It's our capacity to like
Get the job done,
but through diligence, like
Yeah.
make the plans, make the checklists, have the rituals, do the things. Like
You were talking about that before.
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
And not leaving anything by the wayside. And as a consequence, there is learning here, and there is creative ways and money, because it's the coins. Money is wealth, finance, success in however it needs to be for you.
And we were talking earlier about, this is a time, this sort of point, the other thing we didn't really get to, just where the sun is and things like that, but just some of the energies as well that are around, but very much this time of the coming into the new moon that is still in the dark of the winter. It is about kind of just doing some behind the scenes preparation work. It's not that we're really going to want to be going out there and, doing a new shop front, but we are going to have to get into the nitty gritty. So this card kind of says, get on with that stuff, the stuff that requires your diligence, that perhaps you've just avoided, that is actually important.
Yes, manifesting does not come without a checklist.
Which is awkward for people like me. Anyone else got a card they want to share?
Yep. I've just got the best cards tonight. This one says you've got the love, which is because all I've been putting out there is love at the moment. So that's pretty cool.
There's a song like that. I'm just kind of, you got the love, you got the love, you got the love, you got. Isn't it? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not singing very well, but
Something
yeah.
like that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
really lovely. Thank you. Appreciate the serenade.
You do, Sarah.
Look, Linda got then underworld, facing darkness and chasing the light is the most profound calling of all.
And that is the path of the initiate. Like that is like and I fully believe, and I said this in the new moon, in the solar eclipse that was the last new moon. It's just like, you're here because you're here for a reason. Like, this is the path of the high initiate. It's one thing to think you're doing something or want to do something. It's something else entirely to turn up here and be here in this environment, and to be consciously directing your life. And that is what initiates have done lifetimes after lifetimes.
And I think it's really important to note as well, we often say this, if you're here on trainings with us, but, just in the sense of the moon circles, if you are gathering in something like, if you're gathering in a moon circle with us, then you are definitely someone who is wanting to do this kind of work at this time. Because the work, the Kundalini yoga, the type of practice that we do, the depth of meditation that we encourage is part of a path. It is a path that will lead to, this form of ascension. And so I do believe it's always in the teachings, it was always said, we are 10%, we're just 10%. It feels like we're bigger because we're around each other all the time. Ultimately, we are just a 10% proportion that are here to be the avant-garde for the future of the world. And that is, I've heard this in a couple of places this week, and it really sort of, it is really true. You are going to start to be telling people, I can see the light, and people are going to be, I think you're crazy. It's just dark. And you'll be, but I see it. I can see it. It feels different. Can you? And this is, we're here to give hope, and we're here to be pathfinders, path showers,
And
wayfinders, whatever it is.
yeah, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And for your ultimate fulfillment within your life, because that's your soul's calling.
To clear the karmas that you need to clear.
Mm.
And sometimes, unfortunately, that does mean we have to face the darkness. But it will ultimately lead to our light. Exactly.
Waheguru.
Waheguru.
Mm.
Well, beautiful beings, let's close this very powerful, beautiful circle this evening.
Mm.
Fortunately, we don't come together each month, otherwise it would be like this all the time.
It's nice
it
once
is
in a
nice.
while.
Yeah, it would be nice more often, but this is special. Well, we just invite you to take a moment to rub the palms together, draw the thumbs to your sternum, just feel the energy of your heart. Let's feel for a moment the connection to each of us, all the sisters that have gathered, all the women who have gathered and brought their light into this space this evening, whether it's in person this evening or whether you join at any point in the future. We see you, we feel you, we acknowledge your presence. And so let's just take a moment just to feel the energies that were present supporting us and find gratitude for those beings, the angels, our guides, our ancestors. Let us ask that our continued journey is gentle and easeful and for our highest good, and for the highest good of all beings. And let us close the space by sharing the words of the long time sun prayer and bringing our individual sound of truth into this very special space. We inhale deeply to begin. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Sat Nam. Raising the hands of the third eye. May your wisdom, your light always guide you. To your lips, may your truth, your honesty always guide you into your heart. May your love, your compassion always guide you. And bowing deeply to your higher self. Sat Nam.
Sat Nam.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Sat Nam.